All right, guys. I want to talk a little bit about essential oils, which I'm adding to my massage practice. I'm super excited about it, and yeah, so let's get into it. Let's just talk about that for a little bit. So I just got these bottles in, and I'm preparing myself to make some blends of essential oils. But I want to talk about starting off with essential oils and the massage therapy in general. So massage oil for RMTs, there are specifications that need to be had, and I'm going to explain why. There's a lot more that comes with knowing how to use essential oils and massage than what we think on the surface, right? So you need to get one of these guys, right? There's a certification that says you can use essential oil. So, and I'm going to explain why. Okay. So before I got that certificate that's up on the wall there, I would buy something like this. Okay, and I actually displayed it. I'm like, hey guys, look, I got one of these for essential oils for massage. And guess what? This is not for professional use, and I'm going to explain why again. Before we get into any of it, just looking, anybody that's using essential oils will know that there's already a problem. Okay, so the first problem is it's not in a amber bottle. Okay, so the amber bottle actually protects oil. Oil should always be in an amber bottle, otherwise it reduces the shelf life drastically. Right, it should be protected from light and UVs. So that's the first problem with this. Okay, so secondly, as a massage therapist that doesn't have a certificate yet, goes and looks at this online and says, hey, this is for sore muscles, massage oil. Okay, so you go and order it and you use this. Wrong. Okay, because when you order this, it's about $12 to $20, and that is the first indicator. They say that's the first indicator that it's not proper, because when you buy undiluted, concentrated essential oils, it is something like this would go for $100 to $200, but this would be like $12 to $20. So that's a first sign. So what is the difference? First of all, the oils, in order for it to be used in massage, has to have a carrier oil. So we don't know what the carrier oil is. Maybe it's listed. I'm not looking, but maybe it's listed, maybe it's not. But what is the oil cut with? How much of it is in there? Right? So they don't disclose that, right? So let's see. Yeah, they tell you it's in there, but they don't disclose how much. Right? So that's another issue, right? And oftentimes when they're cutting these oils to make it cheap, they're cutting it with synthetics. So that's how they get the price down so low. Okay, so when I was studying for that certificate, they were talking about this one incident where a lady was using lavender. So lavender is good for cooling burns. So she used the lavender on her burn, and then it started to agitate the skin even more, and it was amplifying that burning sensation. So what happened? It's a type of lavender that is synthetic, so it smells exactly like lavender. All the aspects seem like lavender, but it's synthetic. So it was actually detrimental and bad for the skin, right? So a lot of times when you buy things that are synthetic, like there's ones that are designed just for aromatherapy, just not for aromatherapy, but for the aroma, for the smell, for fragrance. That's what I should say. Those ones are not good for massage. They're actually probably detrimental to the skin. So that becomes an issue, and even understanding that, right? So again, we don't know what the synthetics are, right? And synthetics are actually bad for the skin. So the first sign is that it's really cheap, right? Because if you compare the prices, there's a huge price difference, right? And the next thing is having the carrier oils, right? What is the blend of carrier oils and what carrier oils are being used, right? So essential oils need to be diluted, right? And they have to be blended with carrier oils in order for the body to absorb it. Otherwise, it's not going to absorb it. If you're just putting essential oils onto the skin, that's actually bad for you. And at the same time, it won't even take the nutrients from the essential oil or what needs to be absorbed from the essential oil, because it doesn't have the carrier oils. So you can't just go and rub essential oils on you, because it doesn't work that way. So that's another interesting thing. So the third, is it third? I don't know. Fourth, I don't know. Let's just go through the list. All right. So the next thing is contraindications. So what's our contraindications? Things that will interact that shouldn't be, like, has a negative effect. Okay. So if you're taking medication, certain medications, some essential oils will interact with the medication in negative ways. If someone is pregnant, there's certain essential oils that shouldn't be used on a pregnant person. If it's a child, there should be some essential oils shouldn't be used on children. Some shouldn't be used around pets. So these are contraindications that have to be considered. There's also photosensitive essential oils, where when you put it on, when you go into the sun, it actually has a negative effect. So some of these essential oils, you would have to recommend or suggest that they stay indoors or covered for a period of time before they expose themselves to the sun. Now, understanding these things is so important for the health of your client as a massage therapist, right? So just going out and being like, hey, I'm gonna buy this $12 bottle and I am now an aromatherapist, massage therapist, that's not how it works. And in fact, that is very negligent to providing care and the effect that you want to give, which is health and recovery to your client, right? So it's really important that people understand what they're dealing with when they're when they're getting massaged and claiming that they're using aromatherapy. It's so important for them to know these things, right? So anyways, I ordered in a whole bunch of these bottles, and I'm going to be creating blends that create effects. So one of my own case studies that I'm going to tell you guys is I had a client, and her neck was incredibly tight. It felt like there was like a piece of like wood in her neck. So anyways, typically a massage will break it up, when you work it long enough. So I was working the neck, and because I now use essential oils in my gels, I was working that neck and I was like, wow, this is dissolving way faster than it typically would, right? So because I have muscle and tension essential oils in my gels, so I was using that and it was just like vanishing. It was like one side, you could tell one side was so tight and the other side was not. And one side was literally starting to feel like the other side. So yeah, like it actually is pretty potent as an aid to recovery, healing, and whatever aspects you want to apply. So I want to make one for detox. I want to blend one for detoxing the body, right? A detox massage oil blend for my massage gel. There's that. There's you can make all kinds of blends for depression, anxiety, for energy, if you want an energy boost, if you want to relax, if you want to sleep better. There's so many different essential oils that do incredibly amazing, cool things. And I'm super excited to add this to my practice. I'm constantly, even though, I am able to use this in my practice now, I'm still reading and studying and learning. There's so much to learn. It doesn't end just because you have a piece of paper. So I'm super excited to add that, and just to have seen it in the effects of using it on a client to that extent. Yeah, it's exciting for me. So I just got the bottles now. Obviously, like I said, the actual essential oils are expensive because they go up to like $100 to $200 just for one essential oil. So if I was to make a blend, I would have to buy several of them. So just one step at a time. But I do have my lavender gel, and I do have my massage and joint gel. Those do have essential oils blended into them already. So that's already available. All right. I will see you guys later. All right. Have a good one. Later, guys.